So one of my students today asked me about the effects of meditation. It's very interesting, good question, and everybody needs to know. So I want you to understand two words, extremely important. One is collective and the other is consciousness. Collective means added together, total sum of everything or everybody. Consciousness is our state of mind or our energy or our aura. Now look at this example. Here's a city somewhere in India which is notorious for communal rights based on religion. Okay? It has a long history of violence. And if you study it carefully, you will see that the collective consciousness of that place is equal to those 2.2 million people that live in that area. And if you did a studied the demography of that place, you would see that almost every individual has a fairly aggressive attitude, has a fairly violent bent of mind, has a fairly foul-mouthed vocabulary. 1 plus 1 leading to 2.2 million people thinking violent thoughts. So 1.1 plus 1 leading to 2.2 million people in that area living aggressively, thinking violent thoughts, speaking foul language, uncontrolled thinking processes and speech leads to what? That whole aura, it's called noosphere, Noosphere, atmosphere, lithosphere, noosphere. Noosphere is the energy, the energy field of that area. The whole noosphere becomes violent, aggressive. That's the answer to my student's question. What is the effect of meditativeness, of meditation? I'm saying when one person becomes more aware, meditative, silent, peaceful, loving, and one more, just imagine, 180-degree opposite. So here's the example of this city I gave you, notorious for strife and violence, and here's a city in Japan where people are meditative, they are compassionate, they are caring, they are understanding. Why? Because 1 plus 1 plus 1 is equal to 0.5 million in that area is a beautiful paradise. There is no violence in that noosphere. There is no aggression. There is no foul language. There is no ugly thinking. There is no backbiting. There is no stepping. Imagine. It's just another place on earth, the same planet, the same sky, the same stars that those people see. But the culture is born from what is inside the individuals. So if everybody in the world became more meditative, more prayerful, more spiritually inclined by being a little bit more quiet, spending half an hour in solitude, spending half an hour doing physical exercise and then sitting in silence and going in and connecting with their soul. Imagine 7.5 billion people in this world leading to a meditative noosphere in this entire planet. What a treat that would be. No aggression, no wars, no violence, no usurping each other's properties, everybody working out of creativity, compassion, care. I have a strong feeling, and it's substantiated by what's mentioned in our mythology and the forecast of seers of the past. Everybody has predicted that according to Indian tradition, this is the last rung of what they have called the Kali Yuga. the black age, dishonesty, violence, aggression, hatred, wars, battles, wars. Can you imagine? 3,000 years of recorded human history and over 30,000 wars. What else has man done except fighting wars? As if he's got no other agenda but fight. It's okay for children to fight over their toys, but grown up 60, 65, 70-year-old leaders of nations still fighting, usurping each other's lands as if they were toys, grandparents, age-wise, 75-year-old and still telling their armies to invade neighboring countries. Nonsense. Just look at what man has done. Created a mess. Had it not been for the creators, had it not been for the peace-loving people, why is the highest award in this world for peace, Nobel Peace Prize, the highest, most solicited, most respected. Nobel himself manufactured dynamite. His creation created more havoc and brought about more death than any other creation. And one day he realized, no, it's not about destruction, it's about construction, it's about creativity. And his prize money he bequeathed, gifted to the world for future generations, for peace. All known emperors in the world were princes. All great names attached to meditation were ex-kings who killed, fought battles, did everything a king would do. Whether it was Gautam the Buddha himself, Siddhartha earlier, whether it was Mahavir, whether it was Ashoka the Great, and later towards the end even Alexander. We call him the Great. There's no greatness in conquering countries, honestly. The greatness is in conquering hearts. So I don't call him the Great. He was Alexander, fine. But the greater people are the ones who lived peacefully and empowered others to live creatively and peacefully. So that's the impact of meditation, the collective consciousness of each individual combining to produce peace, silence, love, prosperity, growth, supporting each other, holding each other's hand. And I pray one day, as I was telling you, that it is predicted that in the next 2 decades, Kali Yuga, the black age, is likely to end, and the predictions are for more and more catastrophes and natural disasters and what have you, leading to the second Satyug, the age of truth, where the pure, the truthful, the peaceful shall live together. And the beauty is, the prediction of the seers and the relics is that there will be no boundaries in this world. Every country will unite into one world. That's my personal vision. That's my personal dream. Because boundaries are man-made. If you are flying in the sky and you look down at the earth, there's nothing demarcating and saying this is India and this is Pakistan and this is USA and this is Canada. There's no line. The earth is the same. We created it. We fought wars. We've done everything stupid to be away from each other, to be departed from each other. It's time now to unite, become one, and live in unity, in peace, with one common agenda, prosperity. And there's only one method, and that is meditation, to become more meditative. Dhyan se. Pay attention. Good luck.